Welcome to Praveen Patil College of Diploma Engineering and Technology. Myself Raj Ghevare, working as a lecturer in Mechanical Department. We are looking on the subject Theory of Machine. So in this subject we have started with chapter number 4, Belt, Chain and Gear Drive, and in this we have discussed about various types of drives. We have seen types of belts, material used, flat belt, cross belt, compound belt. We have determined the angle of contact, length of open belt, length of a cross belt, and a creeping of a belt along with slipping of a belt. So now in this part of the video we will be discussing on velocity ratio of a belt. So the velocity ratio of a belt, it is nothing but the ratio between the velocity of a driver and the follower, or we can call it as a driven. So in mathematically, if we are considering the for the velocity factor, this d1 will be act as a diameter of a driver, d2 will be the diameter of the follower, d2 will be the diameter for the follower, which is nothing but the driven member. N1 is the speed of a driver in RPMs, in terms of RPM, and N2 be the speed of the follower, that is the driven member, or in terms of RPM. Here the length of the belt passes over the driver is taken as pi d1 n1. Same way for the length of a belt that passes over the follower is taken as pi d2 n2. Now since the length of the belt that passes over driver in 1 minute, over 1 minute, is equal to the length of the belt that passes over the follower in 1 minute. So these two terms are taken as equal. Then the velocity ratio, which has been calculated as n2 by n1 equals to d1 by d2. Now here, as per the thickness, we can consider the value of the thickness of the belt by doing this, and this is how we can obtain the velocity ratio of the belt. Now coming towards the maximum tension in the belt. So here regarding the maximum tension, so the stress produced is denoted by this symbol, and B is the nothing but the width of the belt, and T for the thickness of the belt. So here the maximum tension, that is T, will be equals to tension which is produced in the tight slab, that is T1, plus the centrifugal tension. So this is the equation which is obtained for the maximum tension of the belt. Now coming towards the conditions for the transmission of maximum power. So for the transmission of maximum power, P is represented for the transmission of maximum power, which is equivalent to T1 is nothing but the tension in the tight slat, second is T2, that is tension in the slack side of the belt in newtons. Now these two factors, T1 minus T2, is subtracted, and then it has been multiplied with the velocity of the belt. Now after that, there has been taken as T is the tension produced, which is subtracted, minus 3 Tc, that is centrifugal tension, equivalent to 0. So we get it as the tension produced equivalent to 3 times of the tension with the centrifugals. Now when we rearrange these terms, we are getting it as Tc is equal to T by 3. So this T1 is nothing but T minus T by 3, which we obtained 2T by 3. Now for the equation, the velocity of belt for maximum power is represented like this. So let's see about the chain drive. Now in this chain drives, this is the diagrammatical representation for the chain drive. Over here, this part of the chain drive, which we called it as a sprocket, and this is the chain. Now in this, the chain are mostly used to transmit motion and power from one shaft to the another when the distance between the center of the shaft is short, such as a bicycle, motorcycle, agricultural machineries, road rollers, etc. So let's see the advantages of this. So the first one is, as no slip take place during chain drive. Second one is, the chain are made of metals, therefore they occupy less space in wide than a belt or a rope drive. Third is the chain drive may be used when the distance between the shaft is less. The fourth is the chain drive gives a higher transmission efficiency, that is up to 98%. Next is about the chain drive gives less load on the shaft, and the last, the chain drive has the ability of transmitting motion to several shafts by one chain only. Now the disadvantage about the chain drive. So the production cost of this chain is relatively high. Chain drive needs accurate mounting and careful maintenance is required. Chain drive has velocity fluctuation, especially when the unduly stretched. So these are the some of the advantages and disadvantages about the chain drive. So let's see about the classification of the chain. The first is about hosting and holding a chain. Second classification is conveyors chain, and the third one is of power transmitting chain. So let's see the first classification. Let's discuss on the first classification, that is hosting and hollowing chain. Now in this hosting and hollowing chains, it has a following two types. The first one is of a chain with overlink. Second is a chain with square link, as we are able to see from these two diagrams of chain with overlink and chain with a square link. Now conveyor chains. So in this conveyor chain, this is a diagram of conveyor chains which is of following two types. The first one is a hook joint type chain, and the second is a closed joint type chain, as we are able to see from the figure about the hook type chain and closed type chain. So in this, the conveyor chain are usually made of metabolable cast iron. This chain do not have smooth running quality. The conveyor chain runs at low speed of about 3 to 12 km per hour. So let's see about the power transmitting chain. So these are the power transmitting chain. It is having three types of power transmitting chain. The first type, which is of a block chain. So as we are able to see the diagram of the block chain, now in this block chain, it is represented as a block chain. We can observe from the figure, this is the top view of the block chain. So it is having a block like structure. The second is of a bush chain or bush roller chain. Now in this bush roller chain, this is the part of roller, this part is of a roller, and inside these lines, this is the part of bush. So here this is a pin arranged over here. This is the part of pin arranged which is been used to held this together. So that means this roller and the bush are held together with the help of a pin placed in between them. So from here, this is the front view side of the bush roller. This one is the front view side of image for a bush roller chain. Now as we are able to see that internal plate is present and there is an outer plate present. So this two different plates, that is the internal part and the outer part, are being held together. It's like a bush arrangement which is provided over here. Now the holding of this is being taken place with the help of pin placed. So this pin will be holding this internal plate as well as the outer plates. Now coming towards the next, that is third type of power transmitting chain. So this is the third type of power transmitting chain, which is called as a inverted tooth or silent chain. So in this chain, it is designed to eliminate the evil effect caused by a stretching and to produce noiseless running. The silent chain are used where maximum quickness is deserved. It gives smooth and durable service when properly lubricated. It is defined as the angular velocity of the driven to the angular velocity of the driver's pocket. So the chain is wrapped round the sprockets in the form of polygon. So this is all about the inverted tooth or a silent chain. So let's stop over here. That's all for today. Thank you.